How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So I want to share with you my Do Everything Outdoorsman kit. Now this thing is meant and designed for kind of a pace plan or contingency or emergency kit that I just grab and it's always on me, regardless if I'm going fly fishing or day hiking or I'm testing new gear or I'm filming or whatever I'm doing out in the mountains or just in outdoors in general. This kit bag, which goes on my chest, is always with me. Now it's kind of set up on the premise of if I have nothing else, at least I have this kit with me. So most of the time I have a backpack, but for some reason if my backpack would get, lost or I forgot it or I didn't have it or I'm just filming and I don't need it, it's just a day hike, this has all the items necessary for at least to sustain me in case I get lost or, something bad would happen, or in general, it's a contingency pack. Now we're gonna dive into all the details about it, all the little things that I keep in it, which kind of go off of like multiple C's of like cordage and cover and continues on with that. So we're gonna dive into it and explain everything behind it, including water purification setup on this thing, medical, firearms, everything is all encompassed into this one kit. So let's dive into it. All right, so diving into the kit. Now the kit bag itself is a FullTang tactical kit bag. Now, folks that are familiar with my channel would know that I have recently transitioned to this. Well, I wouldn't say recently now, it's probably been about a year, away from the Hill People Gear rig, mainly because this is way more modular and allows you to do multiple things with it. As in, putting an admin pouch. Now this whole back portion is expandable, so you can put whatever you want. You put rifle magazines, blah, blah, back here. I have a dedicated review on this. I'm not gonna go into too much detail on this kit, but I'm showing you how it's put together. Now on the bottom here, this is a Faro Concepts mini dangler. This is my IFAK. We'll dive into that. Has some other survival stuff into it as well. And then I also have a Roll 1 trauma kit that has been pulled out and put for a water purification kit. Now I will show that as well. So let's flip this thing over and let's initially dive into it. So this admin pouch in the back here is very close to my body and it's very compressible. So what I put in there is my cover element for that contingency. If I would get lost and it is raining or something like that, or it's cold out, I need something to put over my body or I can wrap up in. This is a Snug Pack Stasha. This thing is very small. It can button up into a bivvy. You can use it as a shelter. It's just, there's tons of different things with this. It stops the rain and the ground if it is wet from, pulling all that heat out of you. Now, real quick, I'm just gonna use this as a, a tabletop kind of a platform, so we can easily, or so you can easily see all the items that I have packed in here just a little bit easier. All right, so let's get to the main pouch of it. Now, it's kind of nice. I have this thing all the way zipped up. Typically, I keep it right there and have the side open, and that's so it's accessible with my right hand because I am a right-handed individual. You can come over the top and unzip this, and it's nice because this folds open, and right there is my pistol. Now I am in grizzly territory. I'm in mountain lion territory in the Rocky Mountains right now. Therefore, I carry a pistol with me. It's just ultimately how I do things. It's 10 millimeter. And it's mainly for other bipedal predators or other predators just in general and other bears and stuff like that. This is a Vertex Tactigami holster. You can merge it to make it work for your pistol and it goes in there. So this goes fly fishing with me as well because, there's a lot of grizzly bears looking for the same exact food that I am trying to catch. So it just kind of makes sense. So this is a divider too in here. So it divides the weapon system away from all these little dangly bits and all this stuff. So you don't get anything stuck in a trigger well. It's very safe And that's how I like it, is only thing in the back is the gun itself. And then forward of that is all my other gear. So first off, I have maps of my local location. Of course, they swap out over time. I typically have a map case, but in this case, I do not, because I was kind of in a hurry, made a mistake. Is what it is. I should put it in a Ziploc. Next, I have Kevlar cordage. That's to assist with the shelter and other things. Of course, cordage is very difficult to make when you are not, when you don't have it. If you're just bushcrafting, cordage is extremely difficult to make. So next, I have extra batteries for a couple of electronics, which I'm going to show you here in a second. This stuff all resides kind of in this center portion, along with a couple dude wipes, and mainly that is for if you have to do your business out in the woods. Instead of grabbing moss or pine cones or other items to assist you, you have something biodegradable, washable wipes that are very nice. Now, on the bottom of this, I have a lot of what are they? Pedialyte and drink mixes, mainly for water, to make your water taste a little bit better, which I'll get to when I get down to my water purification kind of kit or realm. So we'll dive into that here in a second. Flashlight. This is the same exact flashlight that I keep on my EDC. It's just another backup in case I would lose this one. This is a Streamlight ProTac 1L1AA. Now, the cool thing about this light is you can put AA's, AAA's, or CR123s in this and it will still run. It is designed as a multi-cell flashlight. I also have a red lens on it, mainly for that's night purposes, so you don't blow out your night vision, especially once you get your eyes acclimated to darkness. You don't want to turn on a flashlight and then do away with your night vision, your natural night vision, because it takes about 30 minutes to gain it back. Next is a compass. This is a Silva Ranger. I have gravitated to this over the years. I used to use the old military compasses, and that's what I was trained on. But this is a lighter weight option that does more things, in my opinion. And I enjoy it, and it works for me. I think it's a global version as well. They might make another global version, but I prefer this over the military ones, but the military ones are actually really good too. So if you have one, don't be too upset. That's an awesome compass. Water purification tabs is also in here. Moving over to the right-hand side is a small survival kit. All right, so this just has matches, a lighter, a razor blade, wet fire, some brass wire, Fresnel lens, ferro rod, a water bag, and mainly that's for the water purification tabs because realistically, people underestimate water heavily, and I'll get into that because water is essential for you to continue to go. And if you have bad water, it will kill you very quickly. All right, moving down into the trauma kit. So this is my kind of medical kit. Now up front, as you see right here, are Band-Aids. That's because everybody raids trauma kits for Band-Aids. And either what you do with Band-Aids is you put them in a different location so you don't have to access this, or you put them immediately on top so you don't have to dig through all your trauma stuff. You just open it up, oh, there's Band-Aids. Because of course, infections are pretty serious, especially when you're lost or in an emergency situation. You want to avoid getting infected. So that goes up here. Now also, there's a cravat in here as well, which this is just a cotton bandana for the most part. You can use it as a tourniquet, you can use it as a compression bandage, you know, you can use this as a pre-filter for your water filters. There's all kinds of different awesome ways of, you know, using that. Also in the back, I have a reflective blanket, mainly for core temperature. You can use this in a survival situation if necessary as well. And then one of the last main things is a Canna Provisions water decon kit. Now this thing has everything water that you're going to need to disinfect and clean water for a small amount of time. And also if you get sick off of water, this has tablets in there to keep you from temporarily dying from those sicknesses. So this is always in my trauma kits. In all of my trauma kits, these kits go in there all the way in the back because mainly water will kill you, and then of course loss of blood or trauma-based injuries, which you want to avoid, but if they happen, then you want to do something about it. Now, moving back down here to the base, where this is the Roll 1 trauma kit. At least it used to be. This is just the sleeve. But I found out that this will hold a Grail Ultra Press perfectly. These things are really cool. Now, of course, with this really solidifies this entire kit in making it one full kit that you can literally almost do everything with. Now, of course, if you're not familiar with the Grail in general, the Grail, this is a titanium, so we'll kind of pull it apart here, get some of the water out. Here is your cup, or your dirty water cup. Now, you can dip this in, right? Collect your water and whatnot, and if you need to, since it's titanium, you can boil this. So that gives you another thing. The old Grails were polymer, so you couldn't boil in them. It's nice to have the titanium one, but also you put your dirty water in there, and it's kind of like a coffee press if you're not familiar. You also have your receptacle up here, which holds your clean water so they don't touch, and then here's your cartridge. So you put your dirty water in there, right? Put this over the top, and if you had water, you would press this down and it would filter your water out. So this gives you upwards of 40 gallons worth of clean water. So in essence, if you're drinking a gallon of water per day, you're good for 40 days. That's pretty good. So, and then also the boiling aspect, and the cartridges are replaceable. So you can remove this after it's done, put a new cartridge on, and you have a lifetime, pretty much as many cartridges you have a lifetime worth of use because it's titanium. So you can see it's the pressure is building up. Let's get it all out of there first. So with that kit, you can have 16 ounces of water in it, and then you can make water and you can boil water. It's all one solid kit, and I prefer to have this kit like more of a horizontal than vertical, just because it gets in the way for me and it's kind of annoying. I don't like that kind of stuff, so I found a way to put it like this, which is an open space in my kit, and that's where it goes. So this is just my kit, of course. Now, this is for my environment, what I'm doing, and this is meant to generate some ideas for you. Nothing too major or anything like that. Just think of it as, hey, this works for me, and you can get some ideas off of this if you're interested. Can't remember if I talked about the Garmin InReach Mini. This is a Gen 1. Gen 2s are awesome. Satellite communication with your cell phone. So if you don't have cell service, you can contact people via satellite. Super cool. Can't remember if I talked about it or not, but I saw it laying there. So this is the entire kit. It works out extremely well for me. This is just my grab and go kit, and it has worked out, and I've been using it and training with it quite a bit. If you guys like this kind of stuff and want to support the channel, of course we have PayPal and Patreon if you want to. Patreon is that kind of behind the scenes. You get that one-on-one communication with me solidly, that I will respond to you. YouTube comments I'm kind of slow on just because the amount of them. But also just subscribing helps out immensely. I greatly appreciate it if you guys just hit that subscribe button. Be a huge help to me. I'm going to list as many items as I can in the description box below for you guys to purchase things. And again, none of these companies know that I'm doing this, and I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I do know the owner of FullTang Tactical. We talk once in a while and stuff and talk about ideas, but I don't get any like benefits. Like if he sells 20 of these things, it doesn't matter. I don't get any money for it. So this is all just my opinion. It is what it is. If you guys like this kind of stuff, then subscribe, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Hope you all have a great day.